I wanted to add this thing to the podcast, but it was going to take way too long on the presentation. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be explaining everything that I saw, because I just finished just now, because I did not get a chance to watch it live, is the Google, I guess, game service announcement slash reveal or whatever. And the official name for this device, and get ready for this, it's the most obscure name. Statada. Here, let me look it up how they say it. Give me 1 second. Hold on. It's a weird way. Here, I'll turn up the volume so you can see how they say it. Where we go? Fuck RGT at? I saw him before. Okay. Here we go. Oh, it's connected to my headphones. Turn that off. Just turn it up.
The day has finally come.
What's up, Robert? I got a lot of news.
In the gaming sphere with the Google Stadia. Yes.
Stadia, there we go. So, the Google Stadia was revealed today at GDC at 10 a.m. in San Francisco time, so that's about noon by me. So, unfortunately, I did not get a chance to watch it because I was at school. I didn't have enough time, so I waited for my good buddy Spawnwave. By the way, shout out to Spawnwave, great content. And also Dreamcast Guy, also great content. And RGT85, also great content for video gaming prefers. So, I couldn't react to it live, so what I did was, I watched it, alright, so, let me get into it. So, Google decided to get into the gaming service business, where they want to take games to the next level. Now, some of the screenshots and stuff that I saw were very impressive, especially for Assassin's Creed, which we'll get to that. Keep that in mind. But yeah, so they revealed it at GDC. I had some doubts about it. I was a little bit optimistic going into this because when I heard what was going on, there was going to be multi-consoles, there was going to be like an Xbox thing. When I saw the controller, I had some doubts. So I was like, I don't know. So, let's start off. So, what they started off with is the COO of Google. I can't think of his name right now. He came on the stage. He was talking about how gaming has changed so much. How we had the popular no-service internet where you hop over the cactuses. Can't think of it right now. And basically just introducing that Google is becoming gaming from then. Then they introduce basically the producer of the entire thing, of the person who presented it throughout most of the segments in between. So he was talking about the Google Stadia. Now, what did he introduce? Well, he was talking about how from one touch of a button on either Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, anything like that, you connect it to your Google Stadia, and you could play the game for absolutely free. Now, it is probably going to be a paid service, but if it is serviceable, people will be fine with that. The only thing is, it depends on what the pricing is. If the pricing is like $100, nobody's paying for that. Now, if it's like, say, I don't know, $40, 40 or so, then yeah, I could agree with that. Like 40 or 30, that's fine. 20 would be amazing. 20, I'll be like, I'm gonna give it a chance. Now, they did say there was gonna be like free trials and, you know, to give people a chance to actually play it. Actually, at the GDC, there is a Doom internal Google Stadia press where you can go play it for about like 30 minutes or so. So whoever got a chance to play it, good on you. I want to find out how everybody thought of it, because it sounds very cool. Like seeing Doom internal with the Google Stadia device that looked absolutely beautiful. Sounds amazing. So He introduces it, he says the name of it, he shows the controllers. Now here's the really very cool part of this, probably one of my top highlights of the conference, was he said, so let's say you have it on your, I don't know, your computer. You're playing your computer, you have your stuff, and you're using your controller or mouse or whatever. You're playing, I think he showed Assassin's Creed, I believe, Odyssey. So what he was doing is after it finished, right, he switched over and clicked one button, like literally one button from the Google Stadia, the Google Stadia, and it literally changed into the same thing that you were doing on the computer. Now that, to me, was very cool, but I had some concerns. Internet, are you gonna get the same quality from switching over, or are you gonna get some lag issues, you get some frame drop? Those are my really big concerns with it, but it is very, very, very cool to see just a quick transfer from just one game to another. And matter of fact, they had one on the damn Google Pixel phone. Imagine doing that on an iPhone. Like, you have a Google thing on your iPhone and you're playing, like, I don't know, fucking Doom Eternal or something. That would be amazing. So, hearing that, that's very, very, very cool. Next, we have, okay, what was next? I think they were talking about, let me think, damn, it was a long conference, so I honestly don't remember much. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, so here's my, dude, when I heard this was happening, I'm like, okay, y'all take a little bit overboard. Instead of normal 4K 1080p, they said they were willing to go to 8K at 20 frames per second. Do you know how clean that sounds? That's like movie screen clean, like Blu-ray clean. Matter of fact, it's probably even better than Blu-ray. 8K? We already got 4K. We already got, I think, like, I think we got like 2K as well, which is like a decent version of like 4K. A little bit worse though. But now we got 8K at 20 frames per second. You can play a game, because they were showing that Doom Eternal is gonna have 8K compatibility with 20 frames per second, running very smoothly on either PC or whatever device you're gonna play it, TV, whatever. Chromecast Pro. There's actually a Chromecast Pro that's gonna be able to go with the Google Stadia. Stadia? I think it's Stadia, I think. My bad. It's a weird name, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna call it the Google service. I'll call it the Google service for reference. So when I saw this, I was like, oh wow, this is impressive. Here's my only problem with this. One, the biggest concern to everybody, pricing. What are the games? Who are more the developers that are teaming up with y'all? Who are the third-party games that are teaming up with y'all? Which we did get a few, but I want to see more games besides these big ones. So big ones were Unreal. I think even like from Doom, I think even a little bit of Bethesda as well. I think that was a rumor though, so I could be wrong. I know definitely Ubisoft, because they showed Assassin's Creed, and I even heard Ubisoft wants to bring even more games. They actually had the co-CEO of Ubisoft in attendance watching this go down. So that's how you know they're very excited. So that's cool. Good for Ubisoft. They need a little bit of a push after their, I say, kind of failure on the system. So definitely nice there. But we didn't really get much. I know there was also like I know there was Havoc. I know there was, oh damn, what was another one? I think there was like, besides Unreal, I think there was like other developers. There's a lot of developers in there. So that was nice to see. What else? There's actually going to be getting more information in the Google Developers Conference, which that's going to give you more insight on how the games run a little bit. Now that could be anything. That could be a demo. It could be anything really. So that was good there. And the games that they show look super superb, but I want to see more. I want to see more before I'm like, I'm going to keep it in consideration, because The Google Stadia, if done correctly, sounds like a very, very cool device, but there's still a lot of problems. What's the connection going to be like? Is the connection going to be any good? Is it going to be trash? It's going to be laggy from transferring to one another. Is that going to be a problem? Like, you know, and then, okay, this was probably, I wouldn't say my weakest point, because there was something that kind of got me a little frisky, a little weird. But this is probably my second least part. So they had one of the developers, right? They had like a live broadcast going on, and they had NBA 2K, this game, NBA 2K. You see Watts like pretending, oh, I'm playing or whatever, da, 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 da. But on the bottom, I say right or left corner, there was a kind of ad pop-up thing where it says, you want to play this game? You load up your Google's Stadia. You load it up. Stadia. You load up your Google Stadia. Click one button and you click play game, and when you get back into the multiplayer screen, it's gonna show that a person has joined. It was a YouTube tester, by the way. Joined. Here's two bad parts about, well, there's pros and cons to this, so let's talk about the pro. The pro is you can get into games faster with your favorite YouTubers, and if they don't want to play, you can get with your friends and say, hey, let's play the next game. You text them, hey, I'm gonna go to my Google Stadia, let me know when you're ready. That's cool. But my one problem is how's the connection gonna be? And is it gonna be abused, where YouTubers are just chilling, playing games, but then you just see this random YouTube guy hop in? It's like, oh, hey, I'm one of your biggest fans, and the YouTuber's like, bro, I'm doing a video over here. That's my concern there. But other than that, that sounds pretty cool as well. By the way, the overall presentation was very good, but I felt like I didn't get enough. I didn't get enough juicy stuff. But yeah, so then they showed probably one of the coolest things. You could change the art on the, so they showed like this girl with like this firefly and like a woods, and it had like different filters and textures. Probably my favorite one is the Pac-Man one, where they had a Pac-Man one coming up and it loaded and it looked like literally someone was in Pac-Man. It looked so cool. It didn't look like it was textured bad. It looked like it was textured perfectly. Alright, got it. But it looked so cool. It looked amazing. It looked like a really good version of like a filter for a TV. It looks really good. It looked really good. So that I was really pretty cool about. But here are my two negatives. One, lack of games, like I said. And unfortunately, we did not get a price. They showed all the features that they can do, but we did not get a price point or how much is it going to be a month and stuff like that. And they said they're going to be doing more of that later this year. And the bad part about this, they want to launch this end of 2019. End of 2019. They have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have like, I think almost like 10 something months to launch this, because if they don't do that, it's going to 2020 and people are gonna be like, yo, you said you were gonna launch it 2019, where is it? Because if it gets delayed, that's gonna piss off everybody. They're gonna be like, wait, so I'm gonna be paying for this to get it early, but I'm not getting it until 2020? Oh hell no, give me my money back. They're gonna get mad, because this happened before with the Atari VCS, which, by the way, that situation is probably the worst like Indiegogo thing of all time, and they said they were going to be delaying it again. Atari users, I feel bad for you. I was thinking of putting a banking on it for a birthday money, but I was like, no, I'm not doing it. So I didn't fall for the trap, and I did something else, and I got the new Nintendo case from the what is it? The other one, not Indiegogo, I forgot the other one. You know what I mean, the other crowdfunding site that's even better with a working prototype. So that's cool. Now, let me keep going here. So that's good there. That's fine. Now, here's my thing with this Google. I'm down with the idea of imagination and getting games on there, getting high quality. Maybe Rockstar can get in there and have like a GTA 8K at 40, like freaking 20 frames per second. That would be amazing. That I'd be down with. But unfortunately, things could change. The device could be messed up. Okay, so this is my last point before I actually end this, because this is a bit of a taste of what the podcast is going to be. Because the podcast is going to be a lot of screaming, yelling, good news, bad news. There's going to be a lot of it's going to be a lot of raging. Because Raw was fucking garbage. You'll see. Moving on. Okay, so here we go. So they also announced before the end of the conference that they're making their game and entertainment center. That is where everybody went like, oh wow. So they're gonna try to get exclusive games to their brand, so you cannot get them anywhere else. So developers, you might want to look up your heads, because you got a Google Stadia coming in, and we already got Ubisoft, so who knows what are the big developers coming in. Maybe we get, I don't know, Bethesda, or maybe we get, I don't know, Rockstar. We get Red Dead Redemption 2. Imagine you could get so many games in there. Spider-Man for one of the developers, they want to move on from that PS4. Like, dude, there's so many options. That's the one thing I was happy about. They're going. I didn't like that they gave us a price, but I did like that they were like, it could be imagination. We could get amazing games on the system. We can get probably even like old Sega games that are amazing. Because actually, at the display center, they had Atari, Dreamcast, and I think they had it was like a PS4 or something in the middle. It was like a really cool stand, and it showed the history of the Dreamcast. So Google know what they were talking about here. They got the money to do this. This could work. It's just, can they get it to work because of the internet and everything. So let's talk about the controllers. Controllers, they're definitely better than the concept, because when I looked at the patent for it, it looked pretty bad. The thing was too high. It didn't look right. And then I look at the way the guy was using the controller. It looked smooth. It didn't look like PS4 Xbox smooth, which Xbox One, the D-pad's on the bottom, is not on the top. But it looks smooth. It looked smooth. It didn't look bad. But I gotta see the controller for myself if I'm gonna even get it, depending on the pricing of the controller itself, of this Stasia controller. Now, they did say you can use other controllers, so let's say you want to use a PS4 DualShock, you could do that if you don't want to use a controller. But the controller, the Stasia controller has much better input, because it has the voice chat and the movement, while the normal controller, you gotta stay in one spot. So that's what they were trying to tell you. Now, this was the last thing that kind of didn't take my part, and this is the last thing I'm gonna talk about before I get ready for the podcast in 10 minutes to 5 with Robert. There was not many games, and there was no price. Those are the two things that really did not pique my interest, and I was like, oh no, this is not good. But I hope by the summer or going into the fall, we get a damn price. It shouldn't take that long to get a damn price. I hope maybe at the next conference we get a price. Is it going to be monthly? Is it going to be this? Is it going to be that? And show us games. That's all I want. If that's the next conference, dude, even rumor has it, Google's coming to E3. You're like, oh, E3's going to be trash. All there is going to be Bethesda and Xbox, no PS4. Even Xbox say they might step down. But Google might be at E3 to give us more information on their gaming device. So it would be interesting to see if Google is going to E3, which it seems likely because they didn't give us a price or anything like that. They just showed the features. We just need to see more games and a little bit more on what the system can do. You know, so it should be interesting. And this is Nintendo's year. By the way, their E3 is coming up this is Nintendo's year to dominate, because the PS4 and the Xbox is starting to die out, and the PS5 is starting to rise, and they're making an Xbox Maverick for April, which is a digital only, to see if people will dig that, because that might be Project Scarlet, you know, which that was the name of the Xbox 2 apparently. So yes, but that was my result, my thoughts on the GDC Google gaming service. I'm not gonna I'll try to call it Stasia. I think it's Stasia. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. It's a fucking weird name. But Google Gaming Service is finally unveiled after months of rumors, and they showed the tech demo and with Project X, and yeah, so it is finally announced, and all I'm saying, comments go crazy. Let me know what y'all think about this Google console coming up in the next, probably this year, if it gets done, because I want to be seeing gameplay of it first to see if it actually works. If it does work cleanly, I might even think of buying one, but it really depends, because I don't usually buy Google products, depending if it's like Android or anything. No, I don't do that. But if this gaming, I guess, device is super unique and super cool, I might give it a chance. It depends, though. It really does depend. So, yeah, there's that. So anyway, that was my, I guess, reaction / recap of basically what is this Google device. I explained enough as I could. There was a lot of like textual detail that I couldn't really go in depth with. That's like a TechWare guy for you. But anyway, go watch Spawnwave stream, go watch RGT, go watch Dreamcast. I think even Wolf is also gonna make a Wolves from press and stuff. They're also gonna be making a reaction to this, so go watch their videos, go watch the more in-depth stuff. But man, this was a fun conference. It's just I didn't get enough that I wanted. I needed to see a price, I needed to see more games, but that is about it. Anyway, I have way more questions and also on connection and stuff. But let me know what you guys thought. If you watched it, if you did not watch it, go watch it. And the GDC is continuing for the next couple days or so. So maybe we'll get some info on, because I know Google's doing another conference. Maybe Google will do a developer where they're like, we'll reveal the price, but I highly doubt it. So thank you for joining us, and we will see you in the podcast in about 5 to 10 minutes. We're out. Peace.